What is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name's Killer Keemstar.
I'm only Use Me Blade.
This is the Bad Kid Cast, the audio cast that you listen to
while you game.
We are available on YouTube, iTunes, Android, and this episode of the Bad Kid Cast has been brought to you by goodatstudios.us. It's a community of positive networking in between inspiring writers, bloggers, podcasters. If you have any talent at all and you want to join, make sure you head over there. You can get right into the network. Lots of great content over there. Make sure you check it out.
The next one is the risingsun.me. It is a website that handles all of your avatar, graphics, background, anything you want as far as graphics go. It is a super easy, friendly site in simple order form. They are cheap, but the quality is top notch.
We're also brought to you by Mr. Golden Sports here on YouTube. This guy does a lot of gaming videos that have to do with sports. He's really dedicated to his channel, always uploading about 3 videos a day, high energy content. He definitely deserves a sub. While you're there, make sure you check him out. He also has a podcast called 3 Round Burst.
Another YouTuber for our last and final sponsor of this episode is Mayhem. I apologize if I do not pronounce that right. He is not a family-friendly YouTube channel, just putting that out there. But the stuff that he does do is vlogs, rants, comedy skits. Occasionally he'll put some gaming videos out there. Definitely go check him out. Definitely different than your average YouTuber. Adds a lot of variety and spice to your YouTube palette.
If you're interested in sponsoring an episode of the Bad Kid Cast, you can get in contact with Jamie. Her information is in the description here on YouTube. You ready to start the show?
I'm ready. This is going to be an awesome one.
Let's fucking do it.
Bam. Yeah.
We went and saw a movie, an epic movie, and we have nothing on the screen right now because we have a guest that's coming on later. You want to spill the beans?
Well, I think it's probably going to be in the title, right? So go ahead.
I don't know. Should we put it in the title?
Well, I think that's good so that people know who they're clicking on for. Obviously, it's going to be us, but we're going to have a pretty awesome guest.
So then you've probably solved the mystery. We're going to have Parasite on later.
We've cracked the code. Bam.
I'm going to ask him about a bunch of drama stuff.
I'm going to ask him, you know what? I think I'm going to ask him, has he ever gotten pussy? Like,
he's not going to answer that question.
Oh, I think he will, though. Why not?
Because the thing
what
is...
if we get him all loose, and what if we get him all comfortable when he spills the beans? We'll ask, we'll Oprah him.
Dude, these esports...
We'll Barbara Walters him.
These esports guys will not, like, divulge in the drama. They're worried
I
about
hope
losing.
He doesn't think that it's like an interview, because we don't want to interview him. We want him to be part of the convo.
That I've had a lot of people in esports on the podcast. Remember when we had Bravo, whatever his name, the Halo guy?
Yes.
We had him on with Duranker, and he was treating the whole fucking thing like it was like an interview of him. And we're like, no, just chill, relax. These esports guys don't know how to, like, you know, be sociable.
So Jay Leno, they used to have a thing on Jay Leno where they call it the green room, right? In the green room, before guests would come on, they'd give them free booze. Like, they call the publicist and ask them, like, what's their drink of choice or whatever. Because they wanted people to get a little loosey-goosey, feel more comfortable.
Right.
And instead of having the interview, I'm Sandra Bullock, and Miss Congeniality 3 is coming out next weekend. Like, instead of that kind of shit, or just pushing a product or whatever, it's genuine, awesome, fun time conversation. So
that's what we need to do. We need to make sure everyone is high and drunk before they even come on.
Yeah. That's actually a fucking good idea. I think some of our best episodes is when we smoked.
Yeah.
Like when we smoked before the episodes. Like you actually don't like it though. You've said before, you're like, dude, I don't want to get too high before the show.
Well, the thing is, like, there's a lot of stuff that I'm responsible for. I'm responsible to make sure that thing is recording, that thing's recording, that we're not running out of tape. And the thing is when I get high, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to think about that shit.
I'm just like, that's the last thing on my mind. We're having a great conversation. I'm in the conversation. The thing is that we need to smoke. We do need to smoke before we start doing these shows.
Yeah, if you guys want to send in weed, let us know. Hit us up. If you are in the Buffalo area and you're not a cop, entrapment.
We did not need weed today, though, to burst out in tears.
Oh my God, I was crying. I literally shed tears because I was crying so hard at Bad Grandpa.
Bad Grandpa is hysterical.
One of the great movies I've seen in a long time. It's funny. I don't. You know what though? I know it sounds messed up, but I don't think I'm going to buy it on Blu-ray when it comes out, unless there's like gags or something like that.
Why?
Know? Because part of it is.
Oh,
when they do stuff, I don't want to ruin it for anybody, but when they do stuff, it's epic. Like it's really, really, really good when they do stuff, but it's surprising. Like you don't see it coming. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
well, the one thing is like movie 43 or whatever. We saw that the second time. Wasn't that funny?
Yeah, it wasn't funny. I don't think it was funny at all the second time around.
Shock value is like gone.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Did we go and see that movie High? I can't remember.
No.
If we were, like, that movie was good.
Movie 43 was epic, and Bad Grandpa was funny as fuck.
Yeah.
It was you know what? That was a little depressing. There was some depressing parts.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like the mood of it kind of. There were some parts where it just seemed sad.
Yeah, but the thing is with the way it was filmed like that they're pranking people, right? And you know that they're pranking people. So it doesn't have that same feel as a normal movie.
No. Like the concept of the movie, I'm surprised no one's ever done something like that before.
I think it's going to set a trend. I think a lot of people, because, okay, this is what happens, right? And I'm not going to spoil it, but I'm going to tell you the background of it, right? They had to do, if you watch the trailer of it, you're going to see this, so I'm not ruining anything, right? So basically at one part, the grandpa takes the kid to a strip, or not a strip joint, a pageant.
Yeah,
a beauty pageant. And the kid, like, rips off his dress and he starts doing a stripping thing.
He has makeup and hair like he's a girl, so he's in a girl beauty pageant, but he's a boy.
So now that's in the trailer, so I'm not spoiling anything. But the thing is that this is not set up and scripted in a sense of a movie because everybody in the audience has no idea that it's being filmed. It's a prank, and they're recording the reactions of real people that do not know that they're going to be in this movie. So I can't believe something like this hasn't been done before.
Yeah,
because it's brilliant, and I think
you have to have a big budget behind it because, like,
I don't think so.
I think you have to have a pretty decent sized budget behind it, man. And also, imagine some of the amazing things that happen where they're like, "No, I don't want to be in the fucking movie."
Then they just blur out their face.
Can you do that though? Like,
yeah, we saw a lot of people in the movie that had a blurred out face.
Yeah, I don't know.
And what if you have to do it a couple takes because people didn't agree? Then, this person doesn't want to be in the movie, then we got to go do it again.
That makes sense.
Then the thing is they spend millions of dollars on movies.
Yeah.
They could probably come up with that.
You know
that kid actor was brilliant.
Yeah, the kid actor was really, really good. The what was it? I read some movie trivia that they said that there was a shot in either the movie Pearl Harbor or one of the Lord of the Rings that cost over $8 million, and they didn't end up using the shot.
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's insane. So we had Fisticuffs on here a couple days ago, right?
Correct.
And Fisticuffs was telling everyone that the electric was going out, that the power was going out, right?
Okay.
And it was supposed to be like a 3 a.m. every night. So I looked into it. It's true. The power's been going out like every single night somewhere in America. And since I've been saying this, people have been contacting me, be like, yo, dude, my power just went out. My power just went out.
Can we turn this on? Yeah,
you could turn it on if you want. But you can look right on Twitter and you can see the tweets. And like everybody is saying this. What is going on and why is the power going out all over the place? So this is the thing. This is the theory. Some people said if they turn the power out, if the electric company turns the power out for like 1 second or 1 minute, that they save like thousands of dollars, like millions of dollars just by turning it off.
That because they do it to everyone?
That is not the case. There's no way they're doing that. Imagine if your power was flickering like once a night. Wouldn't you be like, well, I'm not paying this shit. Well, I have an alarm clock.
Yeah, but here's the thing, though. With the power, technically speaking, the power companies could be, you know what? We're going to double your rates because it's not like there's a competitive power company you can go to. There's only one power company you can go to.
The thing is, imagine if you had to get up in the morning, you got your alarm clock set, and you missed work every single night for a week because the power goes out for like 30 seconds.
That'd be shitty.
Something's going on. They're testing something, and we also looked into it. November 14th, they're supposed to be doing a nationwide test. They're going to turn all the power off.
That'd be crazy.
So on November 14th...
Does that affect streetlights? Does that affect... Like,
if there's a generator, if there's solar powered, they'll still be lit. But yeah, for the most part, they're just turning
the reason why I'm
off.
saying that, how are you going to have traffic lights out, for even if it's only for a minute?
I don't think that runs on power, do they? Oh no, yeah, they do.
It does run on power. So it was just going to be commercial stuff. I don't know. Like that's.
I don't know what they're planning on doing, but they're supposed to turn the whole thing off. And then another thing, so we're looking into it, right? And my girlfriend, actually, she's been going to these classes or whatever, and there's like this EMT class in the area. So apparently, right, that there is going to be an EMT attack, or it could be a solar flare that turns off all the electric, like the circuits and the electronics, they all explode. So cars don't work, electrics doesn't work, computers don't work, phones don't work. Everything gets exploded and turns off. Now, this can be done, like I said, by a solar flare from the sun, hits it, shuts us down. It would take potentially a year to get up and running again. And within that first year, 90% of the population would die of starvation and mayhem.
What?
That's a study done by the United States that came out in 2003. Also,
whoever does the BKS quotes, please don't quote me as saying like that, because I just said, what?
Yo, you guys got to check that out. BKS quotes.
Actually a pretty awesome YouTube channel. Like, he's not paying us. It's not that.
It's not a YouTube channel.
It's just a Twitter. Yeah, he takes some of the great quotes that I say, and then also some quotes that Keem says. And
I know I'm following him, but I can't find him for nothing.
Whatever. Did you follow him recently?
I may have retweeted him.
If you follow him recently, then you tweet a lot. God damn it.
Well, I tweet a lot because people depend on my Twitter more than they depend on my YouTube channel.
And why do you right there? Why do you tweet me when you have my fucking phone number?
What do you mean? Why do I tweet you?
You tweet me all the time. You're like, you're gonna come over? I'm like,
well, sometimes it's more convenient for me to tweet you than it is to.
You use Twitter on your phone. Just hit the back button. And
okay, if my phone's upstairs and I'm downstairs on the computer or whatever, it's just easier for me to contact you that way. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't have like multiple layers of homage at your house. I think we just created a brand new quote.
Multiple layers of homage.
But I want to read these quotes real quick.
Start from the bottom. Now we're here.
We started from the bottom. Now we're here.
Let's just do all of them. Because there's not that many. It's a growing thing every day.
He goes, if anybody has a memory, okay, fuck that. The first one is folklore. When I said that,
no, fork law is what you said when you meant to say folklore.
Apparently, I said I'm stoned as fucked. Play the music.
Apparently, I say this all the time. That's crazy. Now, the reason why that's even a quote is because someone tweeted at me, and it's actually a study saying that when people are not interested in what's going on and they're listening to someone, they'll go, "That's crazy," and it's like what the fuck's that?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
All right. So Minecraft is Minecraft is the only known in a weird fucking pedophile world.
That's apparently I said that one time.
In the very first episode. If you fuck around too much, you can go to jail. Version of GTA. That must be for the
don't read the next one. I think that one's stupid.
What? When I said recently a celebrity died and you said Kanye West's credibility.
Yeah.
I want to act retarded just so I can get jerked off.
I stand by that.
All these are just quotes from you. The first word in Drama Alert is drama, and dramas win Oscars. That's me. I need to get a social outcast retard on the podcast so we can laugh at him. Oh my God, that's me too. When I was younger, I wanted to be a clown.
And to that I responded, mission accomplished.
So
Bam.
yeah, BKS quotes are pretty funny. Check them out on Twitter. The other thing that I want to let you guys know, if you're on iTunes, make sure you leave comments over on iTunes. We're going to get to them in the next episode. But pretty cool stuff over in the iTunes section of comments. So there's this new virus that Anonymous tweeted out, and
is that the GTA 5 thing?
Well, there's that, and then there's this other thing.
For you guys, I'll talk about the GTA 5 thing. For you guys that don't know, the Grand Theft Auto 5 came out for Xbox and for PlayStation, right? There was no PC version. But someone decided to make an 18 gigabyte file called GTA 5. So everyone thought that it was a torrent that they could just download and get GTA 5 for the PC. That doesn't exist. What that 18 gig file is nothing but the worst viruses, spyware, and trash that basically if you open it, your computer's fried. Your computer's done for. There's no... And I think it's kind of a survival of the fittest, because if you actually do that, you're dumb, because there is no Grand Theft Auto 5 for the PC. Everyone knows that. If you're into PC gaming, you would know that. I don't know.
Right.
I have this weird thing where like if it's kind of like people that have food allergies, you know, like if you have so many food allergies, maybe you weren't meant to live. You know what I mean?
Right.
And I know that sounds insensitive or fucked up, but who cares? Like I'm just saying, like if there's so many things that can kill you, maybe you weren't meant to survive. I know it sounds insensitive, but like if you're dumb enough to think that there's a Grand Theft Auto 5 for PC, but you've never seen Rockstar or commercial or anything saying that, and that you're like somehow getting over on people by downloading it for free, then you're dumb. You deserve to not have a computer.
That's crazy.
Shut up. Fucking asshole.
So the other thing that was Your Anani News, which is like the biggest anonymous Twitter or whatever. I don't know if it's anonymous or whatever, but it has the anonymous thing. Anyhow, he is like, I follow him on Twitter, and he tweeted out the worst computer virus ever. All right. So I'm like, what the heck is this crap, right? So I look at it. Apparently, there's this new virus going around that hijacks your computer and demands $500 in bitcoins, or all your files get deleted on your computer. So you lose all your pictures, all your financial records, everything. And it gives you 100 hours to pay the ransom.
That's like extortion, though. Like, if someone actually pays that, can that person get in trouble? Not the person that pays it, but who's it paying to?
It's probably like someone offshore where nobody can arrest them. You know what I mean? It's crazy. It is seriously insane.
Did you just give a "that's crazy" to yourself?
Yeah, that's crazy. That is crazy. It's nuts, dude. Could you imagine if you got on your computer one day and it was just like, pay me money or I'm going to self-destruct?
Yeah. Okay, so yesterday I went to my neighbor's house, right? And I'm chilling with my neighbor. And as soon as my neighbor's wife comes home, she bitched for about 45 minutes about how shitty her day was at work. And in that moment, I realized that I do not want to take YouTube for granted, because going to work, especially anything having to do with customer service, sucks. Okay?
Yeah.
I've never had to do a customer service job like that, where literally people come to you with the problems and they're pissed off. And she sat there and she bitched and complained for about 45 minutes. I would not want to listen to that, and also I wouldn't want to have to go through that. And so I feel I just want to give a thank you to everyone that watches my video or the Bad Kid Show, Bad Kid Cast, whatever, because you allow me not to have to deal with that bullshit in life. I can more so focus on trying to be a happier version of me, because I don't know if I can deal with it.
Speaking about gratitude to the fans and stuff for BKS, I purchased a PlayStation card and a Microsoft Point card. You can still get them, even though they transferred over.
Yeah.
So and they still work. So guys, put a like on it. Let me know if you're PlayStation or Xbox on the comments, and we're gonna pick a couple winners out of that. So that's that. What else?
That's nice of you there, Keem.
You know,
what a swell guy.
Well, look at the love that we've got since we put the new format up.
Yeah, the new format's awesome.
People are really, really digging it. Now,
if you guys have a person that you want to see on the show, go ahead and spam the shit out of them. And I know I've said don't spam people, but this is an okay time to do that. If they're like, if there's a YouTuber that you think would be amazing, or even doesn't even have to be a YouTuber, just an interesting guest that you want to see, it's one thing of you saying, hey, you should get Tom Arnold on here. Well, obviously we can't get Tom Arnold, but like it'd be better if you contact them and be like, hey, it'd be awesome if we were on the BadKidCast, or I don't know. Or just tweet at us interesting people that you think that we could potentially get. Like, don't tweet at us, get Barack Obama. There's no way we're getting the Barack man on. What are you looking up, sir?
Dude, I gotta find this because this is crazy.
What?
This is the most insane thing. And I just found it the other day, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to find it again. This might be it right here. Listen to this shit. This is amazing.
Make it big screen.
I think this might be it.
Make it big screen. Looks like the dual monitor setup.
Yeah, this is it.
The anatomy of a computer virus.
This is crazy.
In June last year, a computer virus called Stuxnet was discovered lurking in the databanks of power plants, traffic control systems, and factories around the world. 20 times more complex than any previous virus code, it had an array of capabilities. Among them, the ability to turn up the pressure inside nuclear reactors or switch off oil pipelines. And Stuxnet could tell the system operators everything was normal.
Isn't that
Unlike
insane?
most viruses, Stuxnet doesn't carry the usual forged security clearance that helps viruses burrow into systems. It actually had a real clearance, stolen from one of the most reputable computer technology companies in the world.
Realtek
It
stole it.
exploited security gaps that system creators are unaware of. These holes are known as 0 days, and the most successful viruses exploit them. The details of a 0 day can be sold on the black market for $100,000. Stuxnet took advantage of 20 0 days. But once it got into a system, it didn't always activate. Buried deep in the Stuxnet code was a specific target. Without that target, the virus remained dormant. What was it looking to shut down? The centrifuges that spin nuclear material at Iran's enrichment facilities.
Isn't that insane?
Stuxnet was a weapon, the first to be made entirely out of code.
This virus shut down Iran's nuclear bases.
The Washington-based Institute for Science and International Security says the virus may have shut down 1,000 centrifuges at Natanz, Iran's main enrichment facility, last year. In November, the International Atomic Energy Agency, the UN's nuclear watchdog, said Iran had suspended work at its nuclear facilities without explaining why. Many observers credited Stuxnet. Last month, the Iranian government conceded the virus's infection of the Bashir nuclear facility, still under construction, meant that switching the plant on could lead to a national electricity blackout. Iran has responded to the attack with an open call for hackers to join the Iranian Revolutionary Guard and has reportedly amassed the second largest online army in the world. So who was
second to the
behind
FAG.
Stuxnet? There's no evidence beyond rumor. Some have it that Israel is responsible because the virus code apparently contains references to the Hebrew Bible. Others believe the US was involved in the testing and development.
We're not that smart.
Yeah.
The finger has been pointed at Siemens mobile phone company, whose software is used by the
But
Iranian
isn't this just
regime.
insane?
Yeah.
Like, this is
The
going
most
on.
important question may not be
Wait,
who
but-
designed it, but who will redesign it.
Oh, listen to this
the
last
evolution
part.
has been so fast that 9 months after its detection, the first virus that could crash power grids or destroy oil pipelines is available online for anyone to download and tinker with. You can watch people on YouTube pulling Stuxnet apart. It's an open source weapon. And there's no way of knowing who will use it or what they will use it for.
Isn't that scary as shit, dude?
That's crazy.
And think
That's
about
nuts.
that. This video was uploaded like 2 years ago or something, so this shit's old. I just stumbled upon it, 2011. I stumbled upon this video, and I was like, wow, that is crazy, because we've heard that that Iran's nuclear power and stuff was shut down from a virus, and they think that was by the United States, or they thought maybe it was Israel. But that's all I really knew about it until I saw that. I was like, holy crap. Like, we're getting into an age that wars are going to be fought on the computer. Is that crazy or what?
I mean, I know it sounds fucked up, but I'd almost prefer wars to be done this way because it's not killing people per se. I mean, kind of it is.
So, to say back about the EMP, right? Because of what we've done to Iran, apparently that we've done it, or whoever, Iran has been doing a lot of tests in the water around there, where they take like a freighter and go shoot a rocket.
Yeah.
And that's basically the same characteristics of what they would do to the United States to shut down all our electric. They would come, bring in like a freighter, like they're bringing in like goods and materials, bring it on the Atlantic Ocean, and then it would pop open and shoot a missile over the United States. And when it explodes, it'd be an EMP and shut down all the electric everywhere.
You know what I just thought of? There's probably multiple people that do this, but there's probably been like a single dude that single-handedly saved the world from blowing up. And the thing is, we'll never know who he is, because just the threat of the world possibly blowing up, or a country like getting nuked or whatever, is so scary that they will never like publicize it and never make it. It's like, imagine if you did something without you, the world, like the U.S. would be nuked, right?
Right.
But you'll never get the fame. You'll just be another everyday Joe.
Well, the thing is that I think is funny is, right, you know, you got Alex Jones, you got all these people that are like, oh, they're going to do another false flag or whatever, to stage war. If the United States wanted to do a false flag, they could probably get into some other countries, like computers or whatever, and launch missiles at us for a reason of war at this point.
Yeah.
But, all right, guys, we're going to take a break, and when we come back, we're going to have Parasite.
I'm going to get another Tim Hortons. That's how epic this show's going to be.
Deuces. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm Killer Keemstar, and I'm here with...
Only Use Me Blood.
And today's guest, we have Parasite. What's up, man?
Hey, what's up, guys? How's it going?
So I asked earlier today on Twitter, I was asking everyone, I was like, who made the most money in the Call of Duty Black Ops 2 season as far as winnings?
Okay.
Prize money. And it's you and Killa, right?
Yeah, me and Killa have made the most in terms of prize money this year.
I see you blew it all in a nice blanket curtain.
No.
Is it cold over there?
I live in LA. It's not very cold. I just I got the AC running in my room, so sometimes I got to put on a hoodie because all the electronics. Sometimes they'll get hot, but sometimes they'll get really cold because of the weather outside as well.
Now, besides sponsorship money, if let's say you guys went out and you didn't win, right? Like you just came in last place. Are you just broke at that? Not broke, but you just basically did all that for nothing? Or how does that work? Because I feel that there would only be so many people that would actually make any kind of income off it. If they're on a team that doesn't win, then how do they have income coming in?
Well, sponsorship money would be the main thing. Also, stream revenue and YouTube revenue would be the other main sources.
Okay.
The way if you want to become a professional gamer and you want to, live off it, you don't want to make prize winnings your main source because that could be inconsistent.
You spit in the face of that this year.
Yeah, so sometimes you'll win, sometimes you'll lose.
Yeah.
So it's inconsistent. So you don't want any of that. You want to try to get sponsorship dollars, your Twitch, your YouTube, that sort of revenue because that's kind of more consistent.
Yeah.
It's not like a one-time thing. You want to think of prize winnings as a bonus that you get at the end of the month or stuff like that.
You just completely blew up this year with how successful your team was, your popularity on Twitter and YouTube everywhere. I had Parasite on as a guest because of what is her name? We met her in Tennessee. The girl that we met in Tennessee.
I met lots of girls in Tennessee.
Know who I'm talking about.
Oh,
Insane Vixen.
Insane Vixen. Okay.
Insane Vixen suggested that we have Parasite on. I was doing a podcast, Keemstar and Friends, with me and Fisticuffs.
Okay, yeah.
So he came on, and then literally 2 weeks after that, they just went to Dallas or whatever and just won the thing. And you just blew up this year.
So when you guys have a nice victory, how many hookers and how much blow do you go through?
No comment.
No comment. Okay, good. That was a test just to see how it went.
So, are you and Killa teammates now? I noticed you switched to a new team.
Yeah, no, we were teammates for about a month prior to this new team that I'm on. But I'm on Curse right now, Curse Gaming, with myself, Miracles, who was on my Call of Duty Championships team, Nameless, who I was on with Unite, and Stainville, who I have yet to team with. And that's our roster. We are actually called Curse LV, standing for Curse Las Vegas, because we will be moving to Las Vegas into a team house beginning of next year.
So there's a breakup between Killa and Parasite? The breakup is real?
That was ages ago, but yeah.
Oh, man. That's insane. So, the one thing that I wanted to ask about was there was some drama, and I didn't catch. I thought it was for a plane ticket, and you were like, "No, you're an idiot." There was drama about something about $500. What was that all about?
I can't really go. I don't really want to go into too much in detail, but I didn't steal any money from him. He got his money back. It was about a plane ticket, and that's pretty much as deep as I'm going to go into it. He didn't lose any money, didn't rob anything from him. He's good. We're settled. So
I'm so mad that Impact broke up because Impact was like the bad boys of the MLG. They didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
They were just like, fuck you, I don't care. Like, they didn't give a fuck about like sponsors or any of that. They just wanted to win.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of people respected that, but then there was a lot of like, you know, I don't know how to say it. It's
I mean, I think winners do what they want and losers do what they can, like kind of thing.
It was like it was like a Muhammad Ali like situation. It was like just talking shit and winning, and it was awesome. And a lot of people, because unfortunately the Call of Duty community, as you know, is sensitive as shit, right?
Yeah.
Cry about everything. And a lot of people didn't see it as that, and I always did. I always thought that it was so fucking awesome. When the whole trash talking video came out, look at my bank account and shit like that, I thought that was hysterical.
Yeah. I mean, I thought it was funny. It was, as long as they win, then they can do whatever the fuck they want. That's my take on it.
What after that you switched teams right away, right?
Yeah, I joined Unite after that.
Now, I heard that someone wasn't allowed to go to COD Ghost because of that. Was that true?
Yeah. Miracles was invited to the Call of Duty Ghost reveal, but fortunately they kicked him out because of PR.
That's crazy.
I mean, there were some major people that didn't go to the COD Ghost thing. I know White Boy
But
didn't
what
go.
I'm saying is that's unfair. This dude's up playing a Call of Duty game, right? He says, yo, look at my bank account, right? Mm-hmm. But then you got commentators that are invited to this thing that say, like, sorry, Woody, to pick on you, but women are built for rape. You know, there's so many different things that commentators have said, and I'm just using that as an example. It's not pick on Woody.
It's always pick on Woody.
Well, you know, I'm just saying. But there's other commentators that were there that have said way more and have done way more controversial things. But it's almost like the community expects someone that is a pro player to be like different.
Okay.
They're not allowed to be vocal.
But I think it was more so the timing, because at that particular time, that's why they said it's a PR move. You know, that's what he said. It's a PR move. And so what Woody might have done, or what other commentators might have done, or whatever, they may have done something that Call of Duty might not be like, you know, put as the face of it, but they didn't do it like that weekend. You know what I mean?
It's almost like they're like they want gamers in Call of Duty to act PG-13, even though they have a rated R game. And it makes me so mad.
It's all about marketability, though, bro. Like, if you
stop pandering to the children, this is an adult game.
But it's all about marketability. So if Activision's going to spend money to fly you out the hotel and to actually have you go to this event, they can choose who they want to do that for. And if they thought it was a bad PR move, it's a bad PR move. It's business, you know.
I don't know. I'm sure that video got more views than "Congratulations, good game. Okay, see you later, buddy."
Have you ever wanted to like maybe pull off like a ninja defuse or something like that in a on that level?
Didn't that just happen?
I don't know.
It happened at Gfinity versus us, actually.
That's major.
Did you plan that? Did you know that?
No.
I got to vouch for him. He probably didn't know that.
Yeah,
but
I mean, the only thing I do know about the pro thing, this is like one of the few things I do know, is that the bomb timers are a lot longer than pub matches. I think it's like 7 seconds or 8 seconds or something like that. I can't.
It's like the bomb planting is 7.5. No, it's actually 5 to plant and 7.5 to defuse.
So, did you go to the COD Ghost release?
No, they didn't invite me because I already had went to the studios, like a private thing, like a week ago before. So they said they wanted to spread the love to other pro players, and that haven't got to play
when I got invited to the COD Ghost thing, I was like, okay, this is cool, right? Like, I knew a lot of other YouTubers were getting it, and then I got this like real secretive email saying like, you're going to be able to record, and I'm thinking like, dude, that's awesome, because like in the past it was like Hutch and Tabes were like the only ones that would record at these events. So I'm thinking like, dude, I'm going to be like the only person with it. And I'm talking to people like you know, in the shuttle or whatever. They're like, yeah, we can record. I'm like, fuck. It's weird though, because like when I played, I do the knife only thing. And so like people were getting pissed off, running around, and I was just shanking them, you know?
Now the thing with pro players, right, is every new game that comes out, there's always like this hysteria, like what's going to change and how are we going to adapt to it? What is the main thing that you're concerned about changing competitively with the game with the COD Ghost coming out?
I think the main thing would be like new game modes, because from what I've seen and what I've heard is capture the flag's not in there anymore, and I don't think hardpoint will be in there. And capture the flag's pretty much been a game mode for competitive for like 2 years now, and hardpoint pretty much, in my opinion, saved this game. I think without hardpoint in terms of competitive, it'd be dead. So if next year doesn't have hardpoint, better have something better.
How do you feel about Infinity Ward games for competitive play compared to Treyarch games for competitive play?
I think the Infinity Ward games are really good. They run a lot smoother, they're better online and stuff like that. And, hit detection, all that stuff is a lot better. But they just don't support competitive as much, I feel like. They just don't understand how to, I guess. And that's the one thing that I'm worried about.
I wish that Treyarch and Infinity Ward would just team together, because there's positives from both camps and negatives from both camps. And it's like, I wish I could take the skill gaps that Black Ops games have versus like the hit detection connectivity issues and like the kind of fun factor that the Infinity Ward games have. I mean, there's different things from both sides.
Yeah, I agree.
So they're not going to have league play?
I don't know.
That we don't know. I don't think they have theater mode. I don't even think they have Codcaster. So,
see, yeah. I'm cool with not having theater mode, because I think that is a major issue with the hit detection.
Maybe,
but the thing is it's done wrong. It can be done right. You know what I mean? And Halo, right? It always recorded everything. All right. I don't think there was an issue. So
yeah, but Halo isn't a Twitch shooter like Call of Duty is, where every millisecond counts. If you have to hit a dude 4 or 5 times and you have a slight advantage, you only have like a one-shot advantage on somebody, and so the better person will win. But in Call of Duty, a less skilled player can get a kill if the connection is on his side, I think.
I guess that's a good point. That is a good point. Because Call of Duty's like deer hunting. Dead.
Yeah, I don't know.
It is though. I'm curious to know, and over the last couple weeks, there's been some like almost like a controversy between you and the Optic fans. Like, what is the deal there?
I don't want to get into detail, but basically, I just think this community could be educated a bit more, and I don't think that there's a lot of Call of Duty esports fan. I think like a lot of Call of Duty competitive, esports fans. I think most of the fans are just Optic fans, and they really wouldn't care too much about competitive. They just care about watching Optic, and I think that's just like a major problem in the scene. If the scene wants to grow, and you want the actual scene to grow, I think they just need to be educated a bit more. Because in my opinion, it's kind of wrong that, like, one example will be at MLG Orlando, which is the invite event that was, I think, like a week and a half ago, when Complexity actually won the event. So, like, as MLG saying, and we present to you Complexity, your MLG Full Sail champions, like, the whole crowd is just chanting Optic, Optic, Optic in the background.
Well,
seriously,
that's shitty.
That's literally what was happening. As they were announcing the winners, they're chanting a completely different team's name. So, that's just kind of... Yeah, that loss. So it kind of just like it seems wrong to me that people do that. I think that we need more true Call of Duty esports fans, and not just fans of a certain team or brand. They just need to learn to appreciate other teams, the competitive scene and stuff like that. And that's really how the scene will grow. I mean,
do you think constant roster changes has an effect on that?
I do. And here's the thing.
I was asking him.
But I can preach, but go ahead.
Well, yeah, it definitely does in terms of growing a fan base and stuff like that, especially for like a certain brand. But I mean, like, that's not what I'm trying to get at. I don't care that they're fans of Optic. I just care that they don't understand competitive Call of Duty as a whole, and they just don't understand like the sport, I guess the esport, as like they don't understand it. Because, like, put it this way, if there's like hardcore football fans out there, at least like they can be fans of the Patriots or the Eagles, whatever. But at the end of the day, they still understand the sport. They know about other teams. They You know what I'm talking about, right? They
Right.
they
like
understand
if a Monday
football.
night football game's on, it's not their favorite teams. It doesn't matter. They can still watch.
It doesn't matter. Like they'll some people will still watch it. You know, like the Super Bowl is on. You know, a lot of people will still watch it even though it's not their favorite teams. I mean, there will always be those people that don't watch it if it's not their favorite team. But at least like the general population, most of the people that watch it actually understand football, and they'll sit there and watch it because they enjoy football.
Well,
See, if you
go ahead.
So now if you look at Call of Duty, there will be the people that only watch it if this team is playing. They'll only watch it if, you know, this team is playing. They won't actually watch it because they enjoy Call of Duty esports. And I think that's just wrong. It's not a shot at Optic. It's not a shot at their fans. It's just a general statement. I feel that that's the way the community could grow and, you know, be better overall.
The main problem is that Hex is a genius. That's the main issue.
Yeah, dumb up Hex for the good of the sport.
Yes, you're ruining it by being intelligent, you motherfucker. No, the thing is that Hex was brilliant. He built a fan base on YouTube, the third biggest website in the world, and with having that fan base there, and then having a competitive team to support it, and when someone's on Optic, they don't leave. Like has anyone ever left Optic to play for another team in the last 2 years?
I'm sure.
You know,
like not the main roster. I don't think so. They got kicked, but not left.
Right, they got kicked, and the main thing is that brand is built so well, and the fan base is there, and it's from YouTube. And, you know, those guys don't jump around. You know, Hex has a core group of guys, and even though that they've lost every single, like, event, they won one UMG, didn't they?
Yeah, the first event of the season.
They won the very first event of the season. So even though they won that, right, and lost everything else, we didn't have a roster change all the way until the end. They replaced one guy.
Yeah.
And that's the main thing is... I think a team needs to stay together and a brand needs to be built, you know, and YouTube.
Of course.
YouTube.
Yeah, you're right.
And
YouTube is pretty much all their fans, but like it's great. No, that's awesome. I just think that the scene could grow and benefit more if people were educated.
Imagine if you had...
It's not their fault. It's not their fault at all.
Imagine if Impact was still together, right? And Impact wasn't sponsored by anyone. Maybe had sponsors, but not to the point where Impact was called, you know, Unite Impact or something like that. Imagine if Impact was just Impact, right? And there were commentators that were considered Impact and a YouTube base on Impact and entertainers that were Impact. This is what Optic did. They built a franchise.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's why no other team can compete against them. You know, because as far as...
Even when they lose, they still win.
Even when they lose, they still win.
Yeah.
And
you're right.
The problem is even though there's some people out there in esports that kind of understand that, they don't really have a good foothold. I think Envy is doing really good is on YouTube and is starting to get there, but that's the only one. But Envy still has a lot of team changes, right? Roster changes.
They've had the same roster throughout all of Call of Duty Black Ops 2, and then at the end they changed. They picked up Karma, and then JCap left for Optic.
See, so Envy's doing it right.
Can I make a suggestion as a person that doesn't really watch a lot of esports? I think it'd be really fun for the viewers if you basically picked one player from each team and had them do a free-for-all. Like if each team was represented by one player and they go in and they have 8 teams, 8 people in free-for-all. I think that would be interesting, man.
They need to do something to make the game more interesting. If they did something like that as far as placing... you know what I mean? As far
that might
as
be interesting, like where you place to have people play before.
That would be awesome.
I don't know stuff. I think they did it right though, because like it did get more interesting with introducing some kill streaks into the game. You know, like obviously you're not going to have like chopper gunners and shit like that, but like
no, they have everything. They have it's score streaks. Like So you can pretty much put on a swarm, but it's whether you're going to get it or not.
How epic would if they had a nuke or a Moab? How epic would it be for someone to get a Moab in competitive play?
It would be amazing.
Yeah,
I mean, that would probably
like,
never happen.
They could have it, but it's like one of those things where it's like you probably won't get it because it's based on like score streaks. So like you have to play the objective if you want. You can't. You're literally if you camp for kills and just play for kills, you go 30-0. I mean, unless you're running around, you're not benefiting your team. If you're sitting in the back of the place trying to go in the back of the base trying to go 30-0, you're not going to even get that Moab or whatever, and your team is going to lose anyways.
Yeah.
See, that's why Call of Duty Black Ops 2 is good for that. Now, if you're going into Ghost or you're going into Modern Warfare 2 or something like that, it's not score streaks, it's kill streaks, and that's what harms the game. That's what makes the game like awful, in my opinion, because you'll have players that just camp in a building, don't help the team out, and if they can just sit there long enough,
if they can get 5 kills
throughout the rest of the game, they can get 5-6 kills. They'll drop a chopper on you when they're completely getting obliterated because he's not helping their team.
Yeah.
Like that's wrong. But see, if a player goes caps a flag, gets a kill, gets a 2-piece, gets another flag, gets a return, and see he earns himself a chopper, like that's. That was hard to do. He's in the action constantly. He's
especially in competitive play.
Competitive play,
too.
That's Black Ops 2. See, that's why in Ghost, I mean, I just don't see kill streaks being able to work again because they're kill streaks and not.
I mean, I've played it, and I'm going to say this right now: the dog at the 5 kill streak, that's going to be a problem because
and so it's the UAV thing because it's like 2 kills or 3 kills. And you get this little UAV box. Yeah. But if like 3 or 4 of your teammates all get that UAV box and put them all down at the same time,
it's like an advanced UAV.
You get like a Blackbird or something looking thing. Like that's not good at all. That's awful.
I was curious if any other game could be competitive that's not in the competitive scene. What would it be?
Into what kind of like a shooter?
I'm just saying, is there any other? It could be any game. It could be any game. But is there any other game that you play that you really enjoy that you wish was competitive that had a competitive following?
I've only played like a lot of shooters like Gears, Halos, Call of Duties. Everything else that I've really played isn't really like a competitive type game. I've seen that Titanfall game and I played it a little bit. That game has some potential. It looks like a cool game.
Titanfall looks sick.
I can't wait.
Now I got a question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
Have you ever gotten pussy strictly based off of your online persona? I.e., they didn't want to fuck you, they wanted to fuck Parasite.
No comment. I can't talk about that. Sorry.
Okay.
It's a different world, man. He can't. He's
I'm not asking him to say names. I'm just saying I'll say this. One time I've gotten pussy strictly because I'm only using Blade, not because I'm Brian, not because I mac'd on her or anything like that. I strictly got it. She's like, Blade, I want you to fuck me. So it's always interesting to find out because people talk a lot of stuff like that. People have fans on Twitter or whatever, but to actually make it happen in real life is pretty awesome.
Well, there are a lot of e-girls that follow esports.
Yeah, it's really weird because normally the gaming events. I'm not saying I'm some super popular dude, but we go to PAX and a lot of people recognize me. But when we went to the MLG thing in Dallas, there was people that recognized me, but not nearly as much because it was just a different scene.
Yeah, I signed way more autographs there. Drama alert, bro.
Drama alert.
I'm telling you, people in esports love Drama alert.
I mean, that's an awesome format. I like it.
So, I wish that Grand Theft Auto 5 had a competitive scene.
How would you do that?
This is how I would do it. Now, have you got to play Parasite?
Yeah, I've played it quite a bit.
Oh, I fucking love GTA 5. We're crackheads on it. Mm-hmm. And we're probably going to stream it after we're done filming this. But on Grand Theft Auto, this is how I would do it. I would take 4. I would have a teams of 4, right? 4 on each team, right? Mm-hmm. And I would place them on the map with $0, no weapons. Okay. So each team has to literally go hold up stores. They're going to have cops on them, whatever. They got to try to round up some money. They got to try to get some weapons. And everybody has 1 kill.
That's almost like a Command and Conquer type setup where you start out with nothing. You have to build up before you attack.
Right. Or someone can go just rush and try to run them over with cars, whatever. Yeah. But they start off with no money, and they start off with no weapons, and they literally have to get weapons, and everyone has one life, so it's the last person on that team that's alive that wins.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I think that would be entertaining.
I mean, they have the death match, but I played it like one time and was like not interested in it. You know, like they have like a search and destroy type of game where you only get one life.
I know, but you're not thinking of it this way. All right, you're saying that it might not be interesting to play. All right, what I'm saying is imagine sitting there as a viewer, right, and they can pop on anybody's screen, and they're like, so many different stuff can happen, and this is why this game I think would be the most entertaining competitive game ever. This dude jumps in a jet. This dude risked everything to get a jet just so he could blast someone. Yeah. He could have got killed by the feds, you know, like they could get killed by the police. There's so many different ways that you could die and you could lose, and there's so many different ways that you could come up on top, you know?
I've always thought if there was ever a way to make competitive zombies.
How would you do that?
I have no idea. I just know that the zombie.
I think in the Black Ops 2, isn't there like 4v4 zombies or something? I've never played it, but they actually have like on Game Battles, like a competitive website. They have like zombie like game modes where you play versus other teams.
Right on.
What is the biggest purchase that you've purchased with all your winnings? Like, what's the biggest thing that you?
Well, probably wouldn't be like a purchase, but I haven't used any of my Call of Duty Championships winnings because I make money off other things. But I think the most money I've spent like at once would be, you know, at Gfinity, the first London event that I went to that weekend. I spent probably like $4,000 just because I was in London and I was just doing all sorts of stuff. And when you're in London, actually, like pounds are more expensive than dollars. So you're spending a pound, you're actually spending like $1.50.
Right.
So like you can spend like at the casino. Actually, when I was there at Gfinity 2, I made 6K pounds, and in dollars, that's like $9,000.
Nice.
What were you playing?
Roulette and stuff like that. I was just literally getting lucky as hell.
Do you ever fuck with blackjack?
I haven't played that really. I played it like once and I lost. So I was like, screw that.
All right, here's the thing with blackjack. It's the only game in the casino where there's history, and what I mean by that is this: if you play roulette, right, and they spin the wheel and it lands on 7, okay. They reset the wheel and they spin it again. It can land on 7. It can land on anything. There's no history to it. But with blackjack, you actually have, as the cards come out, you can actually have a calculated guess on the type of cards that are come out based on what you've already seen.
Yeah, that's like where you count cards and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right.
And so but the thing with blackjack that a lot of people don't like, the reason why they don't get to is that the most you can win on a blackjack hand is 1.5 times your bet. Like, because if you get a blackjack, it's 1.5 times. Other times, what you win is you just get matched 1-to-1. So if you bet $10 or $100, whatever, if you bet $100 on blackjack, the most you're going to win on that is another $100. Like, so it's not like these things where you bet $100 and you get like 1,000 out of it. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And so that turns a lot of people off. If you play by the rules of blackjack over time, the
odds are in your favor.
No, the odds aren't in your favor. The odds are actually against you, but only by like 0.5 percentage.
I see.
Yeah.
But if you utilize the cards you've seen through a shoe, and then you can change your bets accordingly near the end of the shoe, your odds are actually in your favor.
See, we went to the casino, and you got on blackjack because you know it's got the best odds of winning, and I went on a slot machine and I won.
I understand that, but see, the blackjack thing that I went on was actually like a new format where they actually deal you out 2 hands,
right?
And you can switch them, and it was just like weird. Completely threw off the numbers and the odds. Like blackjack's all about the math.
So have you got to see what is it? Grandpa's Boy? How does it?
What is
Bad
it called? Grandpa.
Bad Grandpa. Have you got to see that yet?
No.
Watch it.
Oh my god!
Watch it. I don't want to ruin it.
When's it been released? Is it good?
Dude, it's amazing. It's Johnny Knoxville dresses up like a grandpa, right? And the whole thing is real life pranks that they've put together to make a movie. So it's like, you know how the Jackass used to go and do stunts and pranks and pick on people or whatever? They did this shit to real people. They weren't actors. They were real people. And they did it so it fit a storyline so they could put it together and actually make a movie.
It'd be like he's driving. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of driving. Let's go get a hotel room. And then like this isn't going to ruin the movie, but like, as they get a hotel room, they take this dead lady out of the trunk. and like bring it into the hotel, and people are like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, there's some awesome, hilarious moments in that movie, but I thought it was great. There's definitely going to be more.
Everybody, we want to tell you about
So many
Bad
things.
Grandpa, but we can't. So make sure you check it out because it's awesome. Eventually, we're going to go into it. We're going to give you about 2 weeks to watch the movie, and then we're
No
going to talk about
spoilers,
it.
man. I think it should be not a felony, but a misdemeanor to spoil TV shows and stuff on Twitter. Like, I don't get on Twitter when I'm
But
watching
the
a show.
thing is, you want to talk about it. People want to talk about it because there's this little group of people that did see it, and they could be like, "Remember this? Oh my god, I thought that was funny." Blah blah blah. You know.
Yeah.
But that's the thing.
And I think a lot of people don't even watch shows live anymore. Like, very few people actually watch shows live.
Yeah, with the way everything's set up, where you can watch any show on Netflix or
Now,
the internet.
What would you? Okay, so they have fantasy football, right? And they have fantasy basketball, fantasy sports. What would you think if they had a fantasy league for esports?
I'm making that. You didn't know that?
People are trying to do it. I've seen people.
I mean, did they actually?
websites.
I've talked about this before, but did they actually keep track, like, of how many flag caps you get, how many, stuff like that? Do they actually keep track of? Do they just keep track of the wins, or they keep track of the kills and deaths? And
I think the MLG does it the best, right? Like the other series or tournaments, do they keep all the stats or?
I don't know. Actually, that's maybe one thing I might. I think they just recently started doing was keeping track of, like your stats now. So I don't know. They should really look into doing that.
Imagine sports cards.
Yeah,
Like kind of like they have for baseball and basketball. Like imagine like a sports cards and it actually
for
shows
like seasons and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Like,
that would be.
pretty
We've
cool.
actually made cards for our website because we're doing like a fantasy thing,
Yeah.
but we're still working on it.
Did
but
you get the Upper Decker Parasite 2013 card?
no, I got a Nate Shot rookie.
A Nate Shot rookie.